a very warm welcome to you all to, I'm afraid to say, our last show of Unlocked SK, the original interactive talk show broadcasting to you live from our micro-streaming studio here on the beautiful island of Corfu in sunny Greece. And as well as going out live on Facebook, you can also catch us on our studio website, which is www.StudioKerkyra.com, or else the video platform that is Vimeo.com. And now we're also on YouTube and Twitter and Twitter's Periscope, all of which are in superb quality. And if you like what you see and hear, please like the show and like our page. And if you follow us on Facebook, you'll always get the heads up for any future broadcasts that we may be doing. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. And as always, I'm very happy to say that we have the help and assistance of our wonderful producer, Claire Haas, who will be attempting to answer all your comments on Facebook Live Messenger and taking those calls from you on Skype. And of course, no broadcast would be quite complete at all without the one and only Thomas Haas. Hello, Thomas. How are you?
Hi, Adrian. Hi, hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching again, as Adrian said. And you quite sad, mate.
I'm very sad. Yes, I know. Well, we get into a kind of flow here, and it's been a sheer privilege and pleasure to be broadcasting to all those wonderful Corfu holics, as it were, should we say, across the globe, hasn't it, Thomas?
Yeah, I know. But hey, guys, thanks for tuning in. As you know, it's the last episode of Unlocked SK. What's great is we started the whole thing with Lockdown SK on the 15th of March 2020 this year, and how funny it is, you know, we ending with Unlocked SK today on the 15th of July. So that's 4 months, and that has been 87 live shows with you guys, and we enjoyed every minute. It's great. Thank you so much, guys, for taking part in that whole thing here. It's great. It's just you know, takes the words away, you know.
It does. But remember, guys and girls, wherever you are in the world, we couldn't have done any of this without you wonderful viewers. And we thank you from the bottom of our heart for your fantastic support, loyalty, and, of course, all those wonderful comments and questions that you fielded us, and hopefully had some successful answers, because, as we always say, this is your digital platform. Quite unique in a way in broadcasting terms, isn't it, to think that people from around the world can just type in a few lines and within seconds they get a reply. Hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, always has been, always will be. But don't worry. It's not gonna be the end of everything. We're gonna still be here. We're gonna broadcast, and we got a fantastic tour for you in store. And I'm gonna tell you in a minute a little bit more about that. So it's not all over. It's all just beginning. It's, you know, the lockdown, and then they unlocked, and now we fantastically unlocked. And let me throw that picture in what everybody saw, and that's the first UK tourists arrived today here on the airport of Corfu, the Capodistrias airport, and they got welcomed with a water salute from the fire department. How great is it, huh?
Amazing. What an entrance to make, isn't it? And so fitting great, as well. Man. Yes, that's absolutely brilliant. Fair play to all those involved at the wonderful Capodistria airport. It really is. If you haven't visited it before, it's worth just looking at it for the airport, because it's a super little airport.
It's great, and there you can see, man, at the same time there you can see how happy they are. The English holidaymakers, the UK holidaymakers are back on the island, and it's going to make a huge difference to the island, definitely.
Totally. They love everybody from the UK, and of course the wonderful Emerald Isle, the Republic of Ireland.
Yeah, so don't worry. It's just starting. It's unlocked, so it's unlocked. That's all. We've been here. We got through with you through the lockdown phase, and then through the restriction ease, what we called the unlocking of the whole thing. Yes, it's a new normal, but hey, it doesn't matter. The holidays are starting, and we gonna be with you again very, very soon. Not long, just over a week, and we're gonna start with our new show. But let me show you here. That's our mobile van. We're just parking, as always, here at the HQ at Notos, and that's our view from HQ in Notos. And you're gonna see the sunset over the mountains, and what you see in the distance is the village of Clomos, and behind the hill is St. George South, Aguirre, St. George South, and Issos Beach. So guys, it's not the last, definitely not the last.
No, I like the bit that you said before. It's just the beginning.
Oh yeah, it's just the beginning, and we know. But it is so great, it's so fantastic. You know, the first aeroplane landed. You can feel people are relaxing. I saw a couple of Greeks; they were really happy. The English here, that's gonna be great. And as long as we keep to the social distancing, we gonna be alright. So let's just get through and see how far we get. But hey, it's okay. Enjoy your holiday with, of course, the restrictions in mind.
Yes, got a lot of common sense, but I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. It's not too difficult. Social distancing, remember that at all times, and any opportunity you get, please wash your hands. But rest assured, there's plenty of handy hand sanitizer gel dispensers all over the place.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm gonna read out the post in a minute. But let me start as we always start and say hello to all our followers and friends from all over this beautiful planet. Tom Giddings is saying hi everybody from a very sunny beer house in Westward Ho.
Oh, right. Hi, Tom.
Karen Hasselland is saying hi from Denmark. We miss the island so much, but hope everybody stays healthy.
Thank you. Great to hear from someone in Denmark. That's lovely.
And Margaret Johnston, hi everybody, firm dull overcast in Kent.
Oh, hello Margaret.
Pierre Towers is saying good evening from Bognor Regis. Hi Pierre, nice to see you. Margaret Black is watching. Hello everybody, hope all is well with you. And overcast day in Durham, but we got a fantastic day here, so
we're trying to bring you some sunshine, Margaret.
Definitely. Lauren Smith from Portsmouth. She said hi from a cloudy Portsmouth.
Oh, hi Lorraine.
Stuart Maroon, hi all from a very overcast northeast of England.
It seems to be the way, doesn't
I
it?
know, but we got the weather. Get yourself a ticket.
Sorry, guys.
Patrick Golden, great photo of the first holiday plane landing in Corfu. The firefighters did an excellent job. Yes, they did.
Absolutely, as they always do.
So, Vivian Dole from Donegal, hope all the new tourists stay safe and respect the people of Corfu. Wear your masks, guys. And like Father Jack from Father Red says, drink, 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 lol, stay safe.
Well done, Vivian. Great.
That's a good
advice, yes, absolutely.
Oh, brilliant. Sarah Roseman. Hi, everybody. Nice welcome for the English flight today. Hope you're all well. Overcast day in Kent this afternoon.
Welcome aboard, Sarah. Sorry to hear that, but we'll bring some Corfu Ep sunshine your way, hopefully, during the next 55 minutes or so.
Yeah, and Anthony van der Krank from Holland. Hello, Corfuholics. Hope everybody is okay. Hi, Adrian, Thomas, James, and Claire. Sunglasses ready for the sunset. A cup of restaurant. I'm ready.
Oh, brilliant, Anthony. Well done. Nice to see you getting in the spirit of it. Brilliant.
Jennifer is saying, hi, guys. Spoke to Aelos Beach Resort today again, and they have delayed their decision to open until late next week. Apparently a lot of the large resorts are doing the same to assess the market conditions. Thanks for keeping the Corfu flame alive during lockdown. No thanks, you guys. It's a pleasure.
It is. Thank you for those comments. And by the way, our flame for Corfu never ever goes out.
Oh no,
it's always burning bright.
Totally like the Olympic one, mate.
Absolutely,
you can't extinguish that one.
No.
Oh, it's great. Julie Cam is saying, oh no, the last one. Only the last one of Unlocked SK. Vivian is saying, oh no, not your last show. We need you guys. You light up our day. No, we're gonna make your day much brighter, believe me.
Exactly. And of course, this beautiful land of Corfu will do so too.
Yeah, and Sarah Roseman is writing in saying, hello, it's such a shame we are not going to get our Corfu fix for a while. No, it's only 8 days they're not getting it. Yeah?
No, only 8 days, and then you'll get extra when we come back on the airwaves not too long away. 27th.
No, extra and special.
Exactly. Special.
Oh, it's great. Guys, thank you so much for your comments. Thanks for tuning in. Timmy is saying hi from Tim. Portsmouth. Oh, Pierre Towers is saying 53 days to Moretica. So, and you guys are, it's great. They're counting the days
down. That's marvellous. Brilliant.
And Margaret Johnston, hopefully Friday will be a nice sunny estimate to be 27 degrees.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. And let me update you with the weather quickly here. Here we have a sunny 26 degrees with the wind west-southwest 7 miles an hour. Humidity 61%. Visibility 12.9 kilometers. UV index is 0. And the lovely sunset gonna happen 6 minutes past 9. So our time, because we got the mountain up front of us.
Yes.
So it's gonna be a little bit, so 10 minutes earlier, 15 minutes earlier. So you gonna see that. But guys, thank you so long. Thank you so much for logging on, for watching us. If there's anything you would like to know, don't hesitate. Write us a comment in here now live, or send us an email, and we're gonna get back to you with questions. But let me go over and let me show you that quickly, and that's what you guys can look forward to.
There we go. Look at that.
There we go. We're gonna go on the Corfuholics Tour Summer 2020, a road trip through paradise, and the whole thing gonna start on the 27th of July, Monday, and goes until the 22nd of August. We're gonna have 28 live streams. They come 8 o'clock Greek time in the evening, and approximately 60 to 90 minutes long.
Yes.
Supported with a lot of clips. So we're gonna have around 50 plus clips ready for you. So we 14 locations. We're gonna spend 2 days each exploring the surrounding areas, exploring the history, the culture, the accommodation, and of course all the gastronomic delights and
you put that
activities. Yeah, to show really this island off. And we have 14 locations. That's gonna be wow. You know, we're gonna have lot of fun, and of course the show gonna be full interactive again, and yeah, as you used, so you can comment. I can't wait to start, mate.
I know you're very excited, Thomas, as are we all here, and hopefully you will be too. So it should be business as usual, but on a slightly grander scale, because we will be covering almost the entire island. I kid you not, as they say.
Yeah, no, and that's gonna be, but more details about all the locations we gonna visit, yeah, gonna be released in a couple of days, and also the time plan is on there. And Claire fixed a fantastic map of Corfu, online map. This is totally location service map, and there's everything logged. We go, what we do, and when we are there. So you can log on to the website of StudioKerkyra, or you can go to www.kerkyra.live, and all the information gonna be there, but we're gonna post that in the next couple of days. Great. Exactly, so you know where and when we live stream, and when we shoot all our clips, of course.
Fantastic.
What an exciting moment it is today. Yes. I mean, we're sitting here 87 shows in the last 4 months. It's great, you know what, and now having the show coming up, the new travel show here on Corfu for 4 weeks. Oh,
yes, it's been quite a blast, actually, sitting here for exactly 4 months to the day. And as we said yesterday, when we started with Lockdown SK on the 15th of March, we didn't really know back in those early days how this was going to pan out, pardon the pun. But we kept our nerve, and you did as well, and thank you for all your wonderful support and comments, because they really have jollied us along and made it all worthwhile from our point of view, and we obviously hope that it's been worthwhile for your point of view.
Oh, definitely. Let me say hello to Paul Pollock. He's saying hi. Oh, lovely greetings for our first flight. What a lovely greeting for our first flight today. Respect. Yes, definitely.
Yes, Paul,
that was great for the
very
fire department.
That's
totally.
Exactly
and you see how excited they are here to welcome the English back. All this, you know, this talking about, are we welcome here? Of course you are. They can't wait for you to come. And as you know, all your Greek friends, your Corfu friends, you make through your holidays when you come back every year. What do they say to you? They always say the same. Oh, you family, don't worry, you family. And that's exactly how it is. Nothing changed there. Not even the new normal could change that.
No, indeed. And we see all of our viewers and followers as part of our extended family here at StudioKerkyra. But it's been rammed home to Thomas and I many times in the last few weeks just how much the wonderful Corfu hoteliers and hospitality people are missing the British. All of the British, the Isles there, and of course Republic of Ireland. They love all of those people.
I know, and this is great, and and we love it.
Genuinely love for them. So
totally.
Don't take anything in with those wretched negative posts on Facebook. It's not like that. They genuinely love everyone from the British Isles and the Republic of Ireland.
Yes, they do. And let me update you, because yesterday were questions in regarding what's happening when you land here on the airport of Corfu. How is the whole thing going? And today I found a post from Paul, and he posted and says, for those concerning coming to Corfu, you must do what's best for you your family, and your circumstances. It's your choice. For me, the airport was fantastic and very, very quiet and no queues anywhere with increased security. Everybody had masks on and there was plenty of hand sanitizers dotted around. The plane he came with is Ryanair, looked clean and was half empty with limited drink service available, etc. Cabin crew wore masks and treated people with distancing respect. Temperature tests were taken twice and the swab at arrival on Corfu was randomly selected. It's actually one of the best plane journeys I have ever made. So there you got it.
That's a good report, isn't it? Fabulous.
That's great, isn't it?
Yes, great to hear that, by the way.
And see, yesterday somebody asked what they're doing, but they're doing exactly what we said yesterday already. They're checking the temperature and they're having random checks of people arriving. And the planes are half full, like he said. I mean, you were reading out yesterday regarding EasyJet what
it was about 130 to 140 out of a total of 184 on the 319s, and I think the 320 Airbus planes take 220. They were also keeping 9 seats spare just in case of emergencies.
Yes. Steve is McCabe is asking, can I please get an answer to this, please? I'm required to have a negative result for COVID before I enter Corfu. I mean, you should do one anyway. You fill your paperwork in, you set this in, and you have to
24 hours.
24 hours before you travel. When that's negative, that's all clear. You come over here, like I read out from the one guy from Bowl, his post, and here they're doing random checks, but you have to have your paperwork with you and your barcode, also your QR code.
That's right, most important.
That's most important, and the rest is straightforward. There is no thing, but you have to get your test done 24 hours or 7. They said 72 before, no? But they reduced it.
Then it was reduced to 48, and now we read out, I think you did the other day, 2 days ago, they changed it down to 24.
24 hours.
Yeah.
So, and when you do that, you get the paperwork then anyway, and that's all electronically at the moment.
So
but if anybody has done that and wants to share that with us, please do so. Comment now live or send us an email and we're gonna read that, of course, out. It's all about the experience, isn't it?
Absolutely, but according to that passenger, sounded like a jolly good experience, didn't it? Not something that we might have expected, so that's really good to hear, actually, I think. That's
it's great to hear. It's great to see that too now, you know. And it's all like they said, everything is in order. They really taking care. They really on top of everything. And that brings me on to the next story, what people maybe don't want to hear. But we had a new COVID case here on Corfu, and that was a Dutch national what tested positive. And according to the Corfu hospital, the Dutchman had been sent to the hospital by a private clinic where he had gone for examination following an accident he had been involved. When he was tested positive, it was immediately ordered that he has been taken to the island's quarantine hotel. It should be noted that the patient was asymptomatic.
Right, okay.
So that's important information, and they give us always the updated information. It's great to have that. But as you see, they're on top of it, and the contact tracing is already in progress. It's working. They are so quick with it. They're not hanging around.
No. Just for your information, for the last time, the numbers of cases that have increased over the last 24 hours. Greece now standing at 3,883 cases. The same number, sad, of fatalities, but at least it hasn't gone up. But it means that in the last 24 hours there was an extra 57 cases of COVID-19. Not as bad as it has been, but it's kind of averaging, 30 to 40, isn't it?
30 to 40 around that one, When they're clamping down on the borders now, so when you come from other parts, and at the same time they're clamping down now on Greeks going on holiday to North Macedonia and Bulgaria.
Right, are they? Okay.
That is also one thing they are looking at. And for this, the Prime Minister Matsotakis chaired a COVID meeting today, just 4:30, and discussing the possible return to mandatory use of face masks.
Right, that's in all indoor areas.
That's in all indoor areas,
And obviously public transport and taxis. I did notice on my way over today that the taxi drivers are all wearing masks, you'll be pleased to know.
Yeah, the members of the specialized committee hope to put a brake on the possible spread of the COVID virus following the increase of cases around the country in Paros and Lesvos. For example, stricter measures for Greek citizens as well as tourists will be discussed, with more checks at land borders coming into force today, along with the first flights arriving from the UK. So, but they take this seriously, doing the test.
Exactly.
This voluntary testing, or this random testing, we can say. They're doing that. That's in there. There is no. They book you out and they do that. But it is so quick because the planes are not full.
No, which is probably a good thing.
Totally. I'm just looking now to a map. I got an interesting map here that I can show you. This is the Kerkyra Kapodistrias Airport. This is the 2020 versus 2019. Yeah. When I look at the total flights now in January, as example, in 2019, 20,573. 2020 this year, 20,648. So that's all the same until it hit in March. Yeah?
Right, yeah.
And then it went from 2019, they had over 24,000 flights in that month. And here you can see it's only just over 10,000 this year.
Oh, that's a big drop, isn't it, Blimey? Yeah.
Totally. April, that's a figure now. Last year were 130,647 passengers arriving here on the Kerkyra Airport. This year, only 667.
What an enormous
that was
drop.
April.
Fell
That
off a
was
cliff.
April. Yeah, totally. I mean, in May last year, they had 348,000
Right, yeah.
arriving. That's domestic
a
and international flights, yeah, arriving in Corfu. So people arriving, no, from domestic, international. And in May this year, what only 2,897.
A seriously significant drop.
And now we go on to July 2019, 541,721 passengers arrived here on the Kapodistrias Airport in Corfu. Now July, this year, 8,955.
Oh, yes. Well,
so I mean, we had over 500,000 arriving in July.
Tremendous difference.
And now we don't even reach the 10,000 this year. There you can see what effect that had on
absolutely
the whole thing. Yeah.
And tourist industries across the globe have been seriously impacted, but of course Corfu does rely on tourism for a large part of its income, so it's particularly badly affected in those ways.
Oh, it is, and it's quite shocking when you read that now. You know what? There you see the difference in flights coming in. It's also in flights in people and tourists arriving here. No, from over 500,000 down to not even 9,000. You know, that's a big jump. But we're hoping for the best. There's more and more are coming. There can you see now? It's not the same volume. So people think it's the same volume of tourists in the airport like it was before. No. You know, you got more space, and Paul said that right. The airport was really empty. It was a pleasure to walk through. There were no queues, there were nothing, and that's what they try to keep. And of course, that makes it safer for everyone else.
Absolutely, good one.
And here we can see the sun setting. Oh, it's fantastic. So that's the last sunset we're going to stream for the moment.
Unlocked, SK.
For Unlocked,
I'm sure we'll be sending you a few more sunsets before the year is out.
And let me say hello to John Wright. John Wright is saying, hi guys, thanks for all the information you supply. This is the best show on the airwaves for info. Keep up the good work. Thanks. We're going to, of course, do that. We're going to do that through the new travel show. We keep you up to date. And should something happen, well, we 12 days off air now. It's exactly 12 days, Claire, remind me. So, and then we are back. But should anything happen, meanwhile, of course, we're going to be back like a lightning.
Thank you very much for that comment. That's very nice to hear. Thank you.
And Benny is saying, thank you for all the info. Rather hear it from you guys, as you can't trust what you read anymore. This is another point. Thank you.
Yes, we try and call out fake news wherever we come across it. We just won't stand for it. Or indeed scaremongering. We're not very keen on that, are we, Thomas? You know,
no. This is the only thing when you
accusations.
I mean, the last 4 months, what we came across posts where we both
astounded.
our hands on
Some-
our head and said, how can you post that? Or comments what came
I
in. They said,
don't know.
where you start getting so tired reading the same thing again.
It's a bit
And
boring.
again,
isn't it?
it's a thing then, yeah. And people started, thanks God, picking up on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you looked what we found on fake news, how many news stories did we have in the beginning of the show? And we always sit together at least an hour before the show and go through all the information again. And how many times did we had to pull something
We
because
have
in last
done
minute
so.
we just got
Yes,
a
that is
oops,
true.
no,
Absolutely.
we can't do that. So
Absolutely.
there you see the information came, but for us was hard to identify what's fake, what's good.
Yes, and also you made a very good point a couple of weeks ago, Thomas, when regarding misleading headlines. You see a headline that's presumably very negative, but actually if you read further, you'll see that the headline doesn't actually match the story that you're reading. So there's a lot of discrepancies there, but we'd like to call them out, and we won't have them actually, will we?
Yeah, no, definitely. But it was great, and about all the research we did, what we found out, certain things
We've
we
learned
didn't
a lot.
know. We learned a lot
We've
at the
learned
same
an
time.
awful lot, and also, mostly, especially from our wonderful viewers and followers. You, all of you wonderful people, our extended family, as we like to say, have enlightened us in many, many different ways. So we thank you ever so much for that. Life is a constant source of education, isn't it, really? From the cradle to the grave, should I say. We never stop learning, and that's, of course, is how it is and should be, of course.
Yeah, and the best thing of the whole thing is we made so many fantastic, wonderful friends on the
Absolutely.
way. I'm really looking forward
We
to
can't wait to
meet
meet you
and
all, yes.
talk. Yeah,
That'd
it's
be
great.
Yeah.
I mean, John Lee Gilcher is saying, good afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon to you, John. Steve Bowers, what a great few months listening to you both, and hopefully Sue and I will meet with you all when we get over.
Steve and
Yes.
Sue, that'd be fantastic to meet you both. Absolutely brilliant. You were there on the very first show of lockdown, and we had the pleasure and privilege of talking to you live on a Skype call, didn't we, a few months ago?
Great, yeah.
Yes, it was. Thank you for all your wonderful, heartwarming comments.
And here Odysseus is saying, good evening, keep up with the good work, guys. Going to work, I can say that with a little bit of a positive energy, everything is going to be okay. And that's the time out bar, shisha bar in
We like that.
Moratica.
Do you know, I thot you were going to burst into song. We're one of those, what's his name? I can't, oh gosh, the man's name has slipped my mind.
But-
what was he? The marvellous singer. Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.
I knew I'd get it somewhere. Yes, almost a riff from one of his songs. Well done. Nice one.
And John is saying, see you on the 2nd of August.
Brilliant.
Ooh, that's great. So
Bring
for
it
all
on,
of
John.
you, yeah, for all of you who lucky enough to come over here and have holiday, you can log on to StudioKerkyra.com or Kerkyra.live, and there you're gonna see our interactive, our location service tour map Claire put together, and there are gonna be all the locations on there with the
Fabulous.
times and the dates
Oh.
when we are also beforehand. So when you log on and you allow quick location service to take over, that gonna show you exactly live where we are at the moment, and you gives you even directions there.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, it goes without saying, we'll never get lost again, will we, Thomas?
No,
Marvellous.
hopefully not, man.
Brilliant. There'll be no
That's
excuse if
gotta
we
be-
do, I'll tell you that. Cool.
But we have a good solution because we got our own generator in. So
oh,
should we end up in the middle
absolutely.
of nowhere, really, and the thing,
Yes.
as long as we have a generator and a 4G signal, we're gonna broadcast. We don't care. And if we have to wing it, it's gonna be great, mate.
It will be fine. And as long as we got the generator, we can always brew a coffee. That's a good one. isn't
Yeah,
it?
but we get already fantastic response. So we're gonna check out a couple of accommodations, hotels, apartments, and villas
yes,
on the
nice.
way. Of course, activities not to
For
forget
sure.
because I wanna go on a boat trip, mate.
Yes,
That's no
absolutely.
question
I think
about
we
it.
need to do
need
that.
to definitely.
Corfu needs to be seen from the sea.
Yes,
It really does.
does. And we laid a couple of museums up
Oh,
in
good.
the route because there are some private museums what are fantastic small, but they are
Yes.
great. They tell you the history of
That's
the
right.
place and gives you a little bit of the feeling of their culture. So there is a lot going on. We have a lot of places to do. But hey, that's gonna be great. I'm really excited, and so are you.
Absolutely. We're really looking forward to it, and hopefully you watching us and following us will do as well. I think the best bit is that you'll be able to live interact with us from those most amazingly exotic locations that we will be bringing to you for the next 4 weeks actually.
That's gonna be fantastic. So there's gonna be 28 live streams,
6 days a week.
6 days a week, Monday to Saturday.
Great.
It's gonna be and 50 plus clips to interviews and mini documentaries and a lot of gonna be great, gonna be fantastic, guys. But talking about holiday, there is one clip I want to show you, because we're gonna go on holiday we're gonna have a road trip too. This is like a holiday nearly for us, but we have to not forget our environment. And I found a clip today and I thought I have to share that with you guys.
Oh, great. What a brilliant clip.
Good one, isn't
really
it?
says it how it is, doesn't it? Fantastic.
Yeah, so when you're on holiday, the only thing we ask you, please respect the beaches, please respect the environment. It's so important to do so. We had problems with rubbish a couple of years ago. This year or last year still do, but this year it's fantastic. They really, really sorted the whole thing out.
Absolutely. There's no rubbish problems here currently at the moment on Corfu, and quite frankly, there hasn't been any time this calendar year. It really is a massive change. It's palpable, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And you can feel that, and it's great. So let's keep it that way if you're out there.
For sure.
Yeah.
And well done to all those people who have been involved and worked, no doubt, tirelessly hard to get to this successful conclusion, because we all saw some nasty photographs being broadcasted across the social media networks from 2 or 3 years ago. And it's honestly, please believe me when I say this, it's a world away now. It really is up together with the rubbish. And, of course, recycling centres are popping up across the island, and they are proving to be quite successful. So if you're staying here in a villa, there's no excuse not to recycle all your plastic, cardboard, tins, hard plastic, and glass, of course. All of it can be recycled in many recycling centres. And, of course, there is a map available of that one, isn't there, that the people there can see where to go. I have to say there's more up north of the island than there are in the south, but here in the south there's one at Levkimi and one just outside of Maratica. Masongi Green Spot, I think it's called. Or it may have changed its name, but it's by the cement works anyway. But there's plenty up north as well, and it's a growing
everywhere.
thing. Yes.
They're growing, and there's more and more. So that's, CarrefourRecycling.com, you log on, and again, a location service map there. You can find all the recycle centers on there and get directions. But hey, everything developed in such a positive way. It's great. Here, Mari Johnson is writing, "Will miss you, but looking forward to the 27th to see you again with your new show, which I'm sure will be fantastic as always." Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Olivia Maria Lockhart is saying, looking forward to the new show. Exciting times. Hope I see you in September.
We really hope to see you too, Livy. It would be our pleasure to meet you. Wonderful.
Yeah, and Anthony is saying, great video, and Margaret, loving it. Brilliant. That's great to the Poseidon. And I love the Poseidon coming out. It's great.
Nice Greek touch there, isn't it?
Oh, yes, Lavinia said, you don't mess with Poseidons. No, you don't.
Absolutely not, Vinny. No.
Okay, and Brian Avery is saying, the only thing you should leave on the beach are your footprints. That's a good
line.
one.
Very good line, Brian. Nice one. Exactly right, yes.
That's
and take away your wonderful memories, of course.
And, Stuart is replying to him and saying, bit hard to do it on a pebble beach. But
True,
but, hey,
yes.
If you jump hard enough up and down, you never know. But hey, the sunset is happening here now, live as we speak, and this is again, look at the clouds, look at the thing, it's great. This morning I thought there would be some rain because I saw some dark clouds early, but the wind blown them away. It's always the same, they're saying rain is coming, but it's not coming. It is so quickly gone. It's great. But hey, we got also other stories, you say.
Yes, well, here's a positive story. I'm touching wood as I say it. We've mentioned over the last 4 months about vaccines. Well, here's a positive sign from the United States. Biotech company Moderna have been trying this new vaccine, and they're very satisfied and happy with the results. It's called mRNA-1273. And human trials have been conducted in May with 45 participants, all of which have produced extra antibodies and no setbacks and no safety breaches. The chief medical officer of the company, a chap called Tal Zaks, said it produced a, quote, robust immune response across all dose levels. That's a key one because there's always a big thing about the amounts of doses. This is the first, Moderna was the first US company to test its potential vaccine on humans, and it very quickly responded to the National Institutes of Health, this is in America, by just in 42 days they received the genome of COVID-19 and sent these vaccine back. So they've been really working hard. I have to say they did receive a staggering $483 million in funding from the United States Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Agency to speed up the process. Well, that seems to have worked, but it works with a new technique. It's not like others that relying on a protein. It's based on something called a messenger ribonucleic acid that transcribes some of the virus's genetic code into human cells to teach the patient's immune system to detect the invader. So that's a significant difference, I think. The trial showed after 15 days from the first dose, all patients had produced antibodies, and after 57 days, they had an average of antibodies more than a group of 38 recovered patients had with mild or moderate symptoms. There's also evidence that it gives a positive response from T cells, and you'll be pleased to know phase 3 medical trial is going to start later this month. So there's a ray of light there with at least one vaccine that's in development. As we keep saying, there's over 100 in the world, but this one does look quite promising, doesn't it?
It sounds promising, definitely.
Yes,
I mean, on the other side, I heard now that by some of the vaccines, one by the tests, where they said, yes, they're building antibodies.
Right.
But these antibodies don't last. It's the same as when you had COVID. You build some kind of antibodies up, but they don't stay with you. They deteriorate over a period of 3 to 4 months, they said. So you think it's going to be the same with that vaccine?
I don't know about that. I'm inclined to say no, because they're using a different technique. They're not relying on a protein, which many of these other vaccination trials are doing. But let's just stress it's early days. The first successful results came back in May. Here we are in July. I think, to be fair, we need another couple of months just to see how the patients that have been trying this vaccine develop. There are a few side effects, but nothing too serious. The key thing is everybody's created more antibodies inside them than other vaccination trials so far. So I would say, and I'm touching wood here, it's a bit of good light here, you know.
Great, but here, that's a good one. I like that. Pierre Towers is writing in here and says, okay, the Oxford University have also had a great result on their results on their vaccine, which concentrates on producing the T cells rather than antibodies, and say they now have 80% confidence on this being available from September to the public in the UK.
My word, that's good news. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pierre. That's great.
Yes, for sharing us that with us. So let's hope that is the case. Wonderful. So it is looking a little bit more positive and lighter than it was, say, a couple of months ago.
Oh, yeah, it does. But, you know, talking about now and reading this, and we're talking about antibodies, we're talking about the T cells and that, you know, reminds me a little bit on the film Resident Evil. you know? They're talking about the T cell and all this. Oh, so it's a thing. As long as it doesn't turn out like that, I'm happy, man.
No, absolutely not. No, we're put that one under the carpet.
Would be something Jay would be in his environment. But that would be great. But, hey, you know, it's quite surreal when we talk about it now, vaccines.
Right.
Now we're getting hope with vaccines because everybody is afraid what's going to happen in autumn. Is the winter wave, they're predicting the winter wave to be much more heavy than the first we experienced.
Absolutely. I mean,
with estimated, I heard that now, UK-wide estimated if this should happen in the winter, the second wave, it's gonna be more brutal, and they estimate around over 100,000 fatalities.
Yes, that was the average figure. This is a computer model was organised by the UK's chief scientific advisor, Sir Patrick Vallance, and he did stress that the maximum peak of fatalities in the United Kingdom, which would be showing up in January and February 2021, could reach 250,000, which is a staggeringly high number. But look, these are very negative
speculations.
Total speculation, Thomas. And the key thing to get across here is that they are not counting for any positive effects for lockdowns, for instance, which I think, we're having lockdowns and that's proved to be very successful. So I think that's a very negative headline, and I don't think we should get too carried away with that. That's very dark. Anyway,
it's dark. It's quite thing when I read it. So I said, okay, you know what? Anything can happen between now and then.
Absolutely.
And now, getting hope with the new vaccine. It's great. So maybe we're going to really dive that one away. So, but let's see. Let's concentrate on the holiday.
Absolutely.
But here, Jennifer Bellis is writing and saying, let's wear masks again as an example to the tourists.
Yes.
So it's a great one. When we start wearing masks, the others going to catch on. And that's exactly what it is. That's why everybody criticized not just Mitsotakis here in Greece, but also Johnson in England, and overseas the Trump in overseas, not the Western Trump in the States. No, and
one day only, I have to say. He hasn't been seen in one since. And we had that extraordinary spectacle in the United Kingdom at the weekend, didn't we, where we had Boris Johnson in a shop on Friday in his constituency, Uxbridge, but Michael Gove flagrantly not wearing a mask. He does not approve, I don't think.
Yeah, and comes back again what we said so many times on our show: why don't lead by example?
Totally, Thomas.
So where is that? All the great leaders, they led by example,
Sure.
They do the artwork. If you want, it's like here too, that when we work, I'm not letting the other guys work here, Jay, and sing. I work with them because I always have to be there, I always have to be on the technical side, and I show them, I lead the guys.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do, not just, okay, I'm the boss, I'm sitting down and let everybody else sweat.
Yeah.
No, it's teamwork, and in teamwork, it's just beyond me when a leader of a country is saying maybe we're making it mandatory, and then gives a speech without a mask.
Yeah, it's crazy. And there's a few examples of that across the globe. Belarus is one, I know that. And of course, Brazil is a very famous example. President Bolsonaro did worse. Not only not wearing a mask, he would blow his nose on his sleeve and then go around shaking everybody's hands. I mean, fabulous way to transfer germs, isn't it? I mean, to him it was just a little flu. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know that by now. It most certainly is not. This is a virus that we've not seen the like of before on planet Earth.
But hey, so far so good. We got this under control. Lockdown worked. The unlocking seems to work. Okay, there's
and
a couple of social distancing definitely works. And look at that. I mean, the sun is just disappearing now behind the clouds here, and it's great. But you got a couple of other stories.
I have. We hear, there's so many bad people in the world and all the rest of it. No, never forget there's so many good people in the world. And here's a wonderful shining example. Made me laugh, actually. She's been given the nickname Lasagna Lady. And it's Michelle Brenner, all the way in Washington State, in a place called Gig Harbor, which is about an hour's drive out of Seattle. She got made redundant at the beginning of lockdown from a menswear shop. So she went home and did like most other people did, ate herself silly. She ate so many lasagnas that she decided to stop that and make lasagnas for other people. She used her grandmother's recipe, bearing in mind this lady herself is Italian-American descent, and she used, this is the extraordinary bit, everybody in America got a check for the beginning of the lockdown, didn't they, from generous President Trump, $1,200 everybody got. Well, she used her entire check on ingredients to making lasagnas, and she spends 8 hours a day making all these lasagnas. She goes out, delivers them to police stations, fire stations, and even a prison, would you believe? But of course, $1,200 doesn't buy that amount of ingredients, I suppose. So she set up a crowdfunding page on Facebook, and she's so far taken over $20,000, would you believe? And all she does all day, this lovely lady, is make lasagnas for everybody, friends, and she doesn't charge, I don't believe. I mean, how wonderful is that? I think that's absolutely great, and I bet you also the lasagnas are jolly tasty.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, wow, what's going on? You know, what a good idea. This is, this is how you spend
and that's
your
pure
time.
charity, and that is an example of a wonderful human being. So when you think everybody's bad, no, they're not. There's a lot of wonderful, good-hearted, cheery people out there, and we always like to bring you stories like that.
Yeah, and I find that great. Lasagna, so all the firefighters and ambulance workers, all the frontline workers got fed from her. And that she used her own money to do that.
Absolutely.
It's, you know, there
that's
you see.
the thing.
There's the spirit. That's humanity.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
She said, I can't change the world, but I can make a lasagna. And she said also, one lasagna at a time, and we're going to get through this. Well, there we go. So to her, it's all down to lasagna. And I bet you are very, very tasty. Which I remembered that story because of yesterday we heard from our fabulous viewers, Jane Petit, didn't we, who was sharing with us live on air her husband's seafood lasagna.
I know,
England,
she sent a picture
over
yesterday.
She did. Thank you for tagging us in there, Jane. And it looked ever so tasty. You could almost smell it, actually, couldn't we?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
we're talking about food again.
I know, but you know, I'm so happy the new travel show includes food. Makes my
so
day.
am I, yes, and drink, of course. Yes, absolutely. Hopefully, Thomas, we might be able to get to taste and sample some of these delicious Corfu Ep culinary delights.
Well, what do you mean,
reckon?
hopefully?
Hopefully. Well, I'm hedging my bets,
there's no hopefully about it.
I'm hedging my bets.
There's no hopefully about it. And we're gonna taste a lot, and not just food, but also the other beautiful drinks, what they manufacture on this island. So,
there's a
that's gonna be
plethora of
great.
those. Yes, absolutely, yes.
But great. Oh, okay. You got one more. I have to adjust quick technically.
Yes,
but I leave you now alone for a minute. Or?
Okay, well, here's
you okay with that?
I'm okay, yes, always, Thomas. Here's a heartwarming story with a very positive environmental spin on it. And it's a good story for vegans as well. Because would you believe, in Mexico, two Mexican entrepreneurs, an Adrian Lopez and a Marty Cazares, have developed a vegan leather out of, would you believe, cactus leaves, a particular type of cactus called a nopal, better known to people here on this beautiful land of Corfu as prickly pear, would you believe. This is a world first. And they're actually, in Italy now, they're making designer leather bags. But the good news is they plan to expand it into making leather furniture and for automotive use. So the best thing of all, of course, is that there's no intensive use of water during their process, and it's free of all toxic chemicals and the dreaded PVCs as well. Apparently, it's got a beautiful soft touch, just like you would expect on normal animal leather, and these are being made in Italy. I got very excited about that because there's a lot of prickly pear on this island, so there's also quite a few leather tanneries here. But the idea that you can make a fake bag that looks just like the real thing out of a prickly pear is amazing. So no animals have to be harmed in getting your designer leather bags. I showed Thomas a picture of it before, and he was quite impressed, I can tell you.
Oh yeah, it looked great.
It did, didn't it?
I loved that one. I mean, this
Yes.
handbag picture you showed me, great.
It is, and to think they're going to extend it into leather seats for cars or motor vehicles and leather furniture. I mean, this is great. This is real entrepreneurship with a wonderful, environmentally friendly bent to it. So fantastic.
Yeah, no, my prickly pears, the amount we have on this
Exactly
island,
what
it's
I'm
great.
thinking. I've got a few in my garden, so yes, I'm looking at them in a different light now.
What you're seeing now, little handbags.
No, I don't want a handbag. No, I don't want a blooming handbag. What do I want a handbag for? No. But leather, you know, it's always bothered me that an animal has to die in order to get your leather, whatever. So if the animal is already dead, that doesn't matter perhaps, but to kill an animal for its skin or leather, that's not right really, is it? So to think that we can have an alternative.
Great alternative.
Exactly. Wonderful.
I
Fair
mean,
play to the Mexicans.
You started off...
Arriba! That's what I say to that, yes. Couldn't help it.
You said before the show we talked about it.
We did,
and you told me, you said, you know what, they made a material for vegans.
Yes, I did, yes.
And that was the first thing. What vegan materials?
Vegan leather.
Vegan leather. What?
This is a world first, by the way. It's never been
exactly.
done before.
That's incredible.
It's very impressive, isn't it?
There you see, when you put your mind to something, what you can achieve.
Yes. And this has all come about since this wretched lockdown business began way back in March. Does seem a long time ago, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, 15th of March, now 15th of July. Wow, man.
I know.
87 live shows later.
Incredible.
And here, it's great. But I had to run quickly to adjust the camera upstairs because it's got thing. But look at these skies. It's incredible again.
It is incredible. The skies here are always incredible. But I have to say, my favourite time is sunset, or actually early evening. 7 and 8 o'clock is a beautiful luminescence here, and the hues are simply breathtaking.
Oh, yeah. And when you're here on holiday, you're going to see that. Otherwise, you can log on from the 27th of July on, and we're going to bring you some fantastic views for the next, for 4 weeks.
Yes, 6 days a week, ladies and gentlemen. How about that?
Oh, gonna be great. And Caroline is writing in saying, thank you all so much for your shows. Fantastic information and views. You kept my dream alive, and it starts on Saturday.
Excellent,
We'll
Caroline.
try to catch you on your tour. Oh, that's
do.
fantastic.
Yes, we'll look out for you, all of you. And don't hold back when you see any StudioKerkyra logos anywhere. Please come and say hello to us, because we'd absolutely love to talk to you and indeed include you in a show. Should you be up for it, of course. We want to interview absolutely anybody and everybody. We won't turn anyone away, no matter what your views might be on anything. It doesn't matter, because we're all human beings on this wonderful, beautiful planet. And there's been so much bad news, in the last few months. We're determined to try and bring as much good news to you as absolutely blooming possible.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's our mission almost, isn't it,
It's
Thomas?
a complete mission, because there's so much choice, so much variety on this beautiful island when you want to make holidays, and we want to show you the variety here. It starts really, we're not just being in a hotel or in an apartment, we're also going to go camping.
Right, yes, okay.
We have a couple of days of camping in there, mate. That's going to be great, don't worry.
I haven't done that for a very long time. The last time I did that, I have to say, it was in Dorset in Lulworth Cove. This is going back a bit, probably about, dare I say, 20 years. It rained. It never stopped rain. Most people's tents were floating off the field. Not ours, I have to say, not the one that I was in. I was in one of those dome tents, but it was a complete terrible shame, a complete washout. So my last experience of camping, I have to say, was a bit negative. However, Corfu is a different kettle of fish altogether. And
You're going to love it, mate.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure there's some fantastic campsites and good locations to pitch up your tent and enjoy the wonder of nature that this island is all about, all around you. Yes, I'm sure it'd be great. As long as we got some coffee on board, I don't care.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have that. Don't worry. Original Greek coffee. I'm going to make you original, exactly how it should be made. In a little bricky, man. It's going to be great on the little stove, a gas stove.
You like them, don't you? Yeah.
Oh, they're great. You like them too.
I
Go
do
on,
indeed.
You enjoy them.
I remember that coffee clip. There was Thomas making a traditional Greek coffee on his bricky, as he says, on that mountain, in the cave of Garva. Yes, near
Garva, yeah.
Garva Caves. And that was extraordinary because he used all the natural formations of the rock as shelves to put his pot and his sugar and his milk and something else on. And it really did look good, didn't it?
Oh, no, it is, and it's always great. And one of those in the morning, I tell you that straightens you out.
Well,
that wakes you up, man.
Okay,
I remember Tim, Tim were here, and I took him for a cup of Greek coffee in the morning, and it was
he
like
the same man afterwards?
He looked at me after his first sip. He looked at me and said, "Oh, caramba!" But it was the the rest of the day.
Great.
I never saw him move so fast.
There we go. That sounds good to me. Yes, I'm a bit slow in the morning, so maybe that's just a ticket for me.
That must be the key, man.
Right. Okay. I look forward to that. Bring it on.
Don Dukas is saying, great sunset, just falling behind the south villages of Fasalatikia and Koracalades. Great show, guys.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's not easy to get the Greek names out, but don't get frustrated. Just say them. Doesn't matter if you say them wrong. I say so many things wrong in Greek, but the Greeks
not as many as I do.
But
I think you're
the
quite
beauty.
good, actually, Thomas.
The Greeks appreciate when you try.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
And that's so, makes them feel it shows them you take an interest, and they correct you, but in a nice way. And before you know it, you get the words right, and all of a sudden you have small conversations in Greek, and that makes the whole difference. You get a little bit more of that Greek coffee experience that way.
Oh, absolutely, yes. A few words of Greek go a very long way if spoken by someone particularly from the United Kingdom, I think.
Yeah. Here, message. Jane Petit is writing, we should have been camping this week at the British Grand Prix. The first one I will have I will have missed since 2008.
Oh, no, Jane. Well, there is one due, or two due at Silverstone coming up in August, I do believe.
Yeah.
I've got them here now. Where are we? UK Silverstone's due on the 2nd of August, which is the British Grand Prix. And on the 9th of August, it's the 70th anniversary Grand Prix, both from Silverstone. The Spanish Grand Prix is due for the 16th of August. Belgium is on the 30th and the 6th of September. But we did also read out that there's a couple of new races. There was one in Italy on the 13th of September at a place called Mugello, which I have to say is a debut race. I've never heard of that place. And Sochi in Russia is due on the 27th of September, which makes so far 10 races for the season. So that's better than what they were thinking a few weeks back. You never know, they might be able to add some more. I think the biggest change there is the British government relented on that ridiculous 14-day quarantine thing, because, as we point out, most of the teams are based in the UK. 7 out of the 10 teams, I do believe. So if they had to do 14 days quarantine, it wouldn't really work out. The other thing is having the two Grand Prix a week apart from the same venue makes it safer. It makes the drivers and the team members remain in their all-important bubble. They keep talking about these bubbles, but it's very important, isn't it? Particularly with this wretched COVID-19 pandemic floating around everywhere.
But yeah, let me go over to a couple of messages coming in from Margaret. She said, the sky is awesome. I miss the sunsets so much. And the food, Adrian.
Yes, I can't argue with that. Good order. You got the right order there. Yes, the sunsets are simply awesome here. They really are.
It's great. And Paul Ballock, thank you for that one. He said, and good news starts with your great show. Thank you so much for the comments, guys. It's really great.
It's great hearing from you. We get enlivened by you. You give us our energy. You really do, and a purpose for broadcasting.
Motivation,
Exactly, motivation. You've all been absolutely fantastic since the very first broadcast of Lockdown SK, way back on the 15th of March, when the whole world was looking seriously black and gloomy, and we didn't really know in which direction it was all going to go. But we've stuck to our guns, and you have all been so wonderful with all your live comments, because nothing gets us more excited here at StudioKerkyra than receiving your live comments and questions, of which we will endeavour to give you an honest, truthful answer, hopefully accurate as well.
Yeah. No, hopefully it's good one. Yeah, we do our best.
We do our best. Yeah. We can definitely say that, guaranteed that. Yes, and if we don't know, we'll always find and chat to someone who probably does. So you'll get to know the information, and it will be as bona fide as we can possibly make it.
Oh, yeah.
We don't make up stories, not
nope.
here. No, we don't have
No, don't have to on a beautiful island like that.
Exactly.
Wow.
The island speaks for itself in all its beautiful ways.
That's it. And here Sarah Roseman is saying, looking forward to your Corfuholics Island tour. Thanks for your upbeat shows during the lockdown. No, thank you. It's great. It's fantastic. The messages we're getting in is really make us feel humble. Guys, it's so great, and we can't wait to be back with our island tour, of course. Here Stuart Maroon is saying, I prefer a frappe rather than a Greek coffee.
Yes, I can
you
see.
A frappe, man, aren't you?
Well, I actually like double espresso, actually. That's mine. But, when it's in the teeth of the heat of the afternoon, a frappe goes down very nicely indeed. All sorts, and most places here, coffee shops, do a mean frappe. In fact, most coffee shops here are fantastic. It's all about the bean, isn't it, I think? And there's a great variety of different coffee beans to choose from. Everyone has their own taste. One thing I would say is that coffee here is not usually what I would call wishy-washy. It is the strong sort. Now, of course, you can milk it down to your heart's content, but I like a strong coffee. I don't know about you, Thomas.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But there was a great story about the frappe, because we done not just a Greek coffee clip with me, we done the frappe clip with you, and just researching that and finding this info. It was great. Extraordinary.
Yes, it was. Who would have thought that a frappe was developed by an accident? This poor chap was working late at night. It's all at the Thessaloniki exhibition, possibly 1955 or something.
56,
like
I think.
And they had a power cut or something. He was wanting a hot coffee, so he had no power, so he had to make himself a cold coffee. And that, as the story goes, was the birth of frappe. And of course, now it's a well-established drink right across not just this island, but all across the world.
It's great,
It is, yes. And I have to say, over the years, Thomas, I've got more accustomed to drinking coffee cold, more than hot, actually.
More than hot, yeah.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
And I believe I like the Freddo cappuccino in that
that's
way.
your
so
favourite,
that's
isn't it?
yeah, that's with
Absolutely.
a nice cappuccino. Oh, it's
See, we're
great
talking
when you're here.
about
We have to show.
drinks again.
We keep this over clips, man.
Oh,
It's gonna
absolutely,
be
yes,
great.
yes.
Gonna be great.
Totally.
Here, Anthony is writing in and saying thanks for the locked and unlocked SK shows. We can't wait for the road trip Corfuholics. It's gonna be our Corfu holiday this year. Kalinichte, bye bye to all Corfuholics.
That's a very, very good point, Anthony, because that's our intention, is to make it a holiday substitute. If you can't actually physically get here this year, we will do our very best to get you to indulge and share in the experience as much as you could do if you're not actually here. We'll do our best.
Yeah, and maybe we're gonna even show you one or two new things
Oh,
you
absolutely.
don't know, because through the research we're doing,
There's
we
a few
found a
things
couple of things that we
absolutely.
didn't know.
There's a couple
Wow.
of places that we've never even heard of, actually. I won't say where or what.
No, that's
But
gonna
there's
be
something
great.
really exciting to think that a certain person a very, very, very long time ago strolled through.
Oh,
I'm not going to say
that's
any more
true,
now.
no, but
No,
there
no,
is
no.
fantastic.
In
And,
the
there's so many other
Footsteps
things
of
too.
some very famous person way back.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a few in this
Oh,
show.
absolutely.
But
I
it
just
is so
thought of that.
it rounds up the whole thing. This road trip gonna be really showing you the best this island have to offer and more. Of course, we can't show everything.
No,
But
not in
we-
this series.
Not in this series, but
Yes.
14 locations, 2 days per location, and we exploring the surrounding areas. So we stroll around at least 10 to 20 miles each area around and bring you fantastic clips. So 28 live streams and 50 plus clips, and you can follow us live on the tour through our location service map on our website,
I think
and that's gonna be
a
great.
great idea, the map, so everybody can know exactly where we are and what's on screen and being filmed. That's fantastic. And also, hopefully, give them a few new holiday ideas for their next trip to this beautiful land of Corfu.
Yes, you never know.
No,
You never know.
exactly.
But we are excited. And you know what? It breaks my heart to say that the last time, but it is. And that's sadly all we have time for today. Another hour is over. I hope we've given you guys good information. We hope we cheered you a little bit up and made you hungry for our Corfuholic road trips. The road trip through paradise, starting on the 27th of July. So in 12 days. But hey guys, I'm here. It is really sad. This is a little bit emotional, isn't it, mate?
It is. You don't want one final story to get everybody
You
salivating on?
want the final story now, quickly.
Well,
one more.
just
It's a good one. It's a
more.
funny one.
It's a funny one. Yes, it is. I think so. It comes from Colombia. We don't often feature Colombia, and Colombia is known for coffee and certain other things, but actually it's known for something else. It's the caviar, I should say, of Colombia. And it's also, what do you think is the most special day? Do you think it's Christmas Day, New Year's Day, Easter?
What for me personally?
In Colombia?
In Colombia, I don't know. No.
No, it's not. It's a day they called La Salida, and it's the day when
Okay.
all these South American leafcutter ants all hatch out. It's, if you want the Latin, it's the La Vigata species, and it's not the ants themselves that they're after, it's the queens festooned with all the eggs. And apparently they spend a lot of time, the whole family gets involved. They go after these queen ants. It's quite a long process. But apparently, a day getting the eggs out of a queen, and it's a very torturous process. They have to take the wings off, and goodness knows what else. But apparently, 1 day's worth of that is equivalent to a week's wages, and it happens in springtime when there's been a lot of rains, and in the full moon. I think the moon's got something to do with it. So just a picture of all these Colombian families going around these anthills, getting wings off the queens just to eat, and of course they're high in in nutrition and protein. So to them, it's a delicious hot
delicacy.
snack. Yes. But I have to say, Thomas, the thought of eating a plate full of ant eggs doesn't really appeal to me, but each to their own. We all like different things. It's full of variety. Variety is the spice of life, after all. But I personally can't quite get excited about that. Can you?
Oh, you never know, man. We're gonna have a culinary delight.
Let's hope ants aren't on the
you know what?
menu.
When I look, since lockdown, I haven't cut my hair, so 4 months no haircut, and we both gonna go to the hairdresser before. Tomorrow is the day before.
I'm only
we go
having a
to,
light
of course.
trim, I have to say.
Only a light trim.
Yes, light trim. Yes.
Okay. But
it's a bit hot. No, actually, it's a bit dangerous because when you're
yeah.
driving, it gets in the way, and you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want that.
I need to keep my cool.
Yeah, we're gonna be. But guys, that's all we had time for today. It was fantastic. 87 live shows later, and that's it. We started on the 15th of March, and now it's the 15th of July. It's unlocked. The holiday season started. The tourists started to arrive, on the first English aeroplane landed with holidaymakers. So it's great. It's fantastic. It's all happening. So, but that's our last thing. Thank you so much for staying with us over the last 4 months, also cheering us up, and it's just great. I don't want to go, but hey, we have to, because we have to prepare for our road trip. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for taking part in this, and until the 27th of July, 12 days away. No, a good Kalinichte for me. Have a fantastic evening.
Absolutely, I couldn't echo those sentiments more. It's been a sheer wonderful experience talking to all you lovely people. For the rest of the day, enjoy wherever you are, and thank you for sharing your time with us. And as always, a very good evening to you all.